All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the meeting of the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District's Board of Trustees to order for September 16th, 2021. Ask the secretary, please call the roll.
Mayor Bocci.
Present.
Ms. Dumas.
Here.
Mr. Joyce.
Here.
Mayor Alai.
Here.
President Brown.
Here.
Mr. Sulik.
Here.
Mayor DeGeeter present. Got quorum.
Thank you. I'll now ask for the approval of the minutes from our September 2nd, 2021 meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Mayor Bocci.
Second.
Second by Ms. Dumas. Question. No question. The minutes will stand approved as they are printed. Now ask the CEO if anyone has signed up to speak during the public session portion of our agenda on a specific agenda topic.
They have not, Mr. President.
Thank you. Then we will have your report, please.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Beginning with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, we have 4 active cases among district employees, so this brings us to 99 confirmed positive cases since the beginning of the pandemic and includes 95 folks who are recovered and have returned to work. We have 1 employee with COVID-like symptoms awaiting their test results, and we have no employees that are remaining at home because a member of their household has tested positive. So that is our status regarding the pandemic. I also wanted to provide an update on the various activities that we're tracking at the federal level, both on customer assistance and on infrastructure funding. So first, regarding the Department of Health and Human Services funding for customer assistance for water, sewer, and stormwater utility bills, this is the $1 billion+ that we've been talking about for quite some time that was approved in the 2 COVID relief bills. So Ohio has submitted its plan for the use of this money to HHS, and that was submitted on August 9th, and the state is waiting for the approval from HHS and anticipates that it'll come this fall. But the sort of takeaway is that none of this money has yet become available for customer assistance, and that is unfortunate. We continue to track that, continue to work with the state, and also, and I think of paramount importance, continue to work with CHN partners and our other partners to make sure that folks are aware of our existing affordability programs and are taking advantage of that, and that we're ready to push out this additional funds when it's available.
Okay.
And then regarding potential infrastructure funding, 2 updates on that. The first is that the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee's reconciliation bill contains about $2 billion of direct appropriations to US EPA's Sewer Overflow and Stormwater Reuse Municipal Grants Program. Now, this is a grants program that has been around for quite some time and has always been funded at very low levels, like $28 million for the whole country, low levels. So this is a significant increase in funding to an existing grant program, and we're working now with the Ohio delegation to make sure that they understand the importance of moving this $2 billion forward. So that's a great development, but obviously not a conclusion yet. And finally, regarding the infrastructure bill, which we've all heard about, as you know, the bipartisan infrastructure bill that passed the Senate in August is awaiting the House vote contingent on the timing of this reconciliation bill. There's about $1 trillion in that package, $55 billion for water, and what we're hearing is that much of that will run through the existing state revolving loan fund program. So we're currently focused, working with Ohio EPA, to enter into a conversation with them about how that money can come to our member communities for community projects as well as district projects. And so more to come with that as we have our conversations with Ohio EPA. But that's an update in terms of what's going on and how we're trying to bring that federal money into the region. And that's my report, President Brown.
Thank you. Any questions for the CEO? If not, then we'll move to our action items. Okay, let's start with authorization to advertise. We have one of those, 28821 was withdrawn, so let's go. Authorization to publish notice calling for bids in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Chapter 6119.10 for the Chippewa Creek Stream Stabilization near Broadview Road project with an anticipated cost of $1,738,000.
Move to adopt 28721.
Motion by Mr. Sulik.
Second.
Second by Mr. Joyce. Is there a question? There's no question. Without objection, it's approved.
Resolution 287-21.
Thank you. Let's go to authorization to enter into contract. Starting with request for authorization to enter into one-year requirement contract with Carvo Companies, Inc. for paving services at various district facilities, and an amount not to exceed $388,551.01. Also request for authorization to enter into a 6-month requirement contract with Per Company Landscaping and Snow Plowing LLC for snow removal services at various district facilities, and an amount not to exceed $95,835.30. Nobody?
Move to adopt 289 and 290-21.
All right, motion by Ms. Dumas.
Second.
Second by Mayor Bocci. Question? No question. Without objection, they're approved.
Resolutions 289 and 290-21.
Thank you. Let me put these on. Let's go. Authorization of contract modification, starting with request for authorization to modify contract number 21001932 with T&T Demolition and Recycling for property demolition services by increasing the contract amount by $100,000 for additional asbestos abatement services, thereby bringing the total contract amount not to exceed $508,875. Also request authorizing final adjusting change order for contract number 20005036 with North Bay Construction for Westerly Steam Grease Handling Boilers Replacement Project by decreasing the contract amount by $66,788.43, thereby bringing the total contract amount to $639,183.07.
Motion to adopt 291 and 292-21.
Motion by Mr. Joyce,
Second.
second by Mayor Ali. Question? No question. Without objection, they approve.
Resolutions 291 and 292-21.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to property related transaction, starting with request for authorization to acquire one permanent stormwater easement, one temporary easement at the property known as permanent parcel number 581011053, located at 8060 West Ridge Drive in the city of Broadview Heights, owned by Amy M. Modick and Michael Schumacher. Necessary for construction and maintenance of Chippewa Creek flood reduction project near Echo Lane. Total consideration of $12,000. Also request for authorization to acquire one permanent stormwater easement at property known as permanent parcel number 48107-020, located at 8217 Abbey Road, City of North Royalton, owned by Michael J. and Lucy A. Sepik. Necessary for construction and maintenance of the Baldwin Creek Stabilization near Abbey Road project. Total consideration, $3,575.
Move to adopt 293 and 294-21.
Motion by Mr. Sulik.
Second.
Second by Ms. Dumas. Question? No question. Without objection, they're approved.
Resolutions 293 and 294-21.
All right, let's go authorization to assign agreement. Our first request is authorization to assign agreement number 16004422, formal agreement number 15004095 with MWH/HMM Westerly Joint Venture to Stantec/MM Westerly Joint Venture for design and construction-related professional engineering services for the Westerly Storage Tunnel and Dewatering Pump Station project due to a company name change, with all current terms and conditions of the agreement to remain unchanged under the assignment. Also, a request for authorization to assign agreement number 17004365, formerly agreement number 1300017 with MWH/HMM Joint Venture to Stantec/MM Joint Venture for design and construction related professional engineering services for Dugway Storage Tunnel project due to a company name change, with all current terms and conditions of the agreement to remain unchanged under the assignment.
Move resolutions 295 and 296, Mr. President.
Motion by Mayor Bocci,
Second.
Second by Mr. Joyce. Is there a question? A question, without objection, they're approved.
Resolutions 295 and 296-21.
And then finally, a request, this is authorization to implement. This is authorization to implement the 2022 Watershed Partners Service Agreement Program through the issuance of a request for proposals in a total amount not to exceed $400,000.
Move to adopt 297-21.
Motion by Ms. Stillman.
Second.
Second by Mayor Bocci. Is there a question? There is no question. Without objection, it's approved.
Resolution 297-21.
Thank you. That takes care of our action items. The information item, let's move to Program Management Status Report and Update for August 2021.
Good afternoon, President Brown, members of the board.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
So I'm going to try to do this without my glasses so I don't fog up. So bear with me. So this is, yes, the update for August 2021 for the capital improvement program. This update will include some construction highlights, specifically on 3 projects that either recently or in the near term will achieve substantial completion. So looking first at cash flow, we ended the month of August at 85% of planned. That is up from the previous month where we were tracking at 80%. A big reason for that jump is the commencement of the construction of the Shoreline Tunnel, where that contractor has really hit the ground running. In regards to actual dollars paid out, we paid out approximately $18 million in the month of August, and year-to-date we're tracking at about $92 million. So moving on to our key performance indicators, we achieved substantial completion on the Westerly steam grease handling boilers replacement project, and we did achieve that within 90 days of plan meeting the KPI. Also in the month of August, we closed the construction contract for the Eastleigh Outfall Sewer Repairs Project, and we did close that within 95% of the original contract amount meeting the KPI. We also met our KPI on the Business Opportunity Program goals. We actually did not have a goal on this project due to the limited scope as well as the specialized nature of that scope, but I am happy to report that our projected actual MBE-WB participation is just over 22% on that job. And in regards to work orders, we actually had no work orders on that contract. So moving on to our construction highlights, which again are projects that either recently or in the near term will achieve substantial completion. Starting first with the Westerly steam grease handling boilers replacement project. This was a $706,000 construction contract, and under this contract we did replace 2 steam boilers that were beyond their useful life. A picture of those boilers are shown up on the screen. And then we also replaced a failing gas-fired heating ventilating unit. With these upgrades, we'll also be able to achieve some annual savings as it relates to natural gas costs, as well as see a reduction in CO2 emissions with the more effective, efficient, and environmentally friendly equipment. And just some photos of the final product. There on the left are the 2 new boilers that were installed, and then on the right is the new ventilation unit. So also we have the Eastleigh Westerly low voltage equipment replacement project. This was $11.1 million design build contract. Under this contract, we replaced aging and obsolete electrical distribution equipment. This included 25 local control panels, 101 panel boards, 50 motor control centers, as well as 10 variable frequency drives. I'd mentioned the design build project delivery. This was actually a lesson learned from a similar job at our Southerly plant where we did similar work and did it in the traditional design bid build. We ran into a lot of differing site conditions as part of that project. And so with this one, we did move forward with the design build model, giving ownership to one person, being the design builder, to both verify the conditions in the field as they progressed in the design and construction of that project, which did result in less need for use of the general allowance in the contract. Again, just some photos from construction. On the far left there, we have one of the old MCCs that was demoed and replaced. In the middle there, you have a shot of active construction. You can see all the wiring that are associated with the MCC, so it gives you some good insight in regards to everything that needs to be field verified in regards to where these wires go, what do they run, what they don't run, what's still in use. And then on the far right, we have a final product as it relates to one of the new MCCs that was installed. And then finally, we have the Southerly Electrical Infrastructure Improvements Project. This was an $18.4 million construction contract. Under this contract, we did construct a new switchgear building for the Southerly plant. We also did some HVAC upgrades to the multiple substations at the plant. And then we also replaced controls associated with the emergency generators at all three plants. Some of the drivers behind this project included the need to ensure electrical reliability. This was outdated equipment, both with the switchgear building as well as the circuit breaker equipment. We also, with this upgrade, were able to eliminate a potential risk as it relates to power loss due to flooding. The photo there was actually taken back in 2011 where we saw flooding at the plant. And in the background there, you can see the electrical equipment in standing water. And then the generator upgrades that I'd mentioned were important for this to support the power curtailment project. This specifically, the emergency load reduction program that we're involved in that allows us to run the plants on backup generators during the high peaks, results in money back to the district for doing that. Again, some active construction photos. These are specific to the electrical duct banks that had to be installed as part of this upgrade. We often do a lot of underground work on the collection system, as you know. I'm not typically at the plants themselves, so a little bit of new activity or experience for our construction supervisors at the plants. And then finally, just some photos of the old switch building that we replaced. There's the new switch building under it, and then just a shot of some of the equipment in that new building. And with that, I'll take any questions you might have.
Questions? All right, no questions. Thank you very much. Appreciate the update. All right, that takes care of our information items. Anything for open session? No. I then asked CEO if anybody has signed up to speak during the public session portion of our agenda on any subject matter.
They have not, Mr. President.
Do you have any matters for executive session, sir?
No, sir, Mr. President.
No matters. And our agenda is complete for the day. There's no further business. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion, Mr. President.
Motion by Mayor Bocci.
Second.
Second by Ms. Dumas. Without objection, we are adjourned. Thank you.